local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thank you for joining us. We're coming to you here with breaking news coverage as we follow along with the recovery efforts for the car, the vehicle that was discovered in the Columbia River. And this was over the last couple of days where we've been following along with their efforts to pull this vehicle out from the bottom of the river. This is believed to be the car that disappeared in 1958 with the entire family, the Martin family, Ken, his wife Barbara, and their 3 daughters. The family were last seen in December 1958. So this is believed to be the 1954 wagon that is theirs, that is there at the bottom of the Columbia. And we've got our own Spencer Schott out there live right now on the scene with this. Yesterday, we saw the efforts to try to bring it up. There's obviously a lot of crew out there working on this. But Spencer, number one, thanks for joining us. And could you give us just a little bit of context as far as where you're at and what you've been seeing out there today?
Yeah, definitely, Greg. It's been a long waiting game out here as we watch crews continue to dredge the bottom of the river to try to get this car out from the bottom of the Cascade Lock. So where I am right now, I'm actually on the Washington side of the Columbia River, just across the Bridge of the Gods from Cascade Locks. My photographer Eric here is zooming in on the crane. And that is what the Mount Hood County Sheriff's Office, brought in to help bring up this car. But the breaking news that we were talking about at the top of the hour, or at the top of the show here, was that we just heard from the Sheriff's Office that they will be pulling out this car sometime between now and 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is kind of a hard deadline for these divers because they've been working so hard to dredge the bottom of the canal there and try to get all the debris off from under the car. They actually have a time limit of how long they can spend under the water working like that. So 3 o'clock is the end of their time limit. So if everything goes according to plan, they will try to get that car out of the water by 3 o'clock.
By 3 o'clock. So again, that's the time limitation for the divers, and that's a lot of people working on this. So the divers are down there. Yesterday, I know they tried to pull it up, and I believe the axle broke or something along those lines. And so this is a more extensive effort to try to get underneath the vehicle. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yesterday when Eric and I were out here, we saw them pull up that first part. We got real excited, but it was just the axle and the tires on it. The rest of the car didn't come with it. And we just heard a shout from up on top of the ridge that looks like there is some movement, so we're going to go up there and check it out. But thanks for having us on the show, Greg.
Okay, thanks, Spencer. Yep, go ahead and head up there, and what we'll do is once the crew gets up there, go ahead, Spencer, totally get it. Thank you for joining us. I know you've got to get back up there and get to that. So, we're following along with this live as it happens right now, and that's as live as it gets. So Spencer was giving us that update that they said the crew is going to attempt to bring up that vehicle, the people that are working on this, between now and 3 p.m., the 3 p.m. deadline being because that's the limitation of the divers as far as how long the divers can be under there for whatever those stipulations are. So the shout that we just heard Spencer refer to was that it sounds like there may be some movement as far as bringing that up. We don't know exactly if that's what's happening right now, but it being 1:40 p.m., just had to check the time on there, so sometime here within the next hour or so, under an hour and a half. So we will come back to you live with that once we understand a little bit more about what's happening and the better timeline for that. But again, this is that recovery effort for that vehicle there in the Columbia River at Cascade Locks. And it sounds like there will at least be an attempt sometime between now and 3 p.m. So whatever platform you're watching on, I recommend the Fox 12 Oregon app. We will send out a notice. We will let you know when that's going on. That could be any time between now and 3 o'clock, just to reiterate that to you. We will come back to you with that, and we'll talk to you then. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now. Okay.